Hello, this is Michele Knight. Please forgive me because rather than a weekly, we've got a fortnightly this week, and it's from the 30th of May to the 13th of June. That's because I'm off on an awfully big adventure, which I'll tell you about very soon. Anyway, back to you. This is a massive 2 weeks, particularly the first week, where not only do we have a new moon, but this new moon is bringing about a massive cycle of change in relationships as we have that new moon conjunct Venus. Having said that, it's not that simple, as we also have a mutable grand cross. But there are many things that we can get out of this, including a real big change for our relationships. Now, Scorpio, I'm going to be very honest with you. You know you love me, don't you down thumb me, whatever you do. What we have this week is issues to do with power and pleasure. Good news, said Scorpio, my favourite themes, power and pleasure. Indeed, it could be good news, but you know, you have to possibly listen to this very wise advice coming your way, which is, before the 4th, it's incredibly important that you look at your own issues to do with power. When you feel powerless, do you do things, manipulate things, try and control things, try and kind of be shadowy about things to get your power back? If so, you got to deal with that this week. Otherwise, all sorts of power games, all sorts of drama, all sorts of nonsense. If you deal with that stuff, there is great pleasure, joy, happiness, and creativity. In fact, there is the opportunity for you to be incredibly creative and go after your dreams. Fundamentally though, if you don't deal with all of those kind of unconscious, almost, what's the word? You know, what's that word when you self-wreck your own dreams? Self-destructive. If you're self-destructive, you know, you will manage to achieve your goal of not achieving your goal, which would be a terrible tragedy, because this week is all about learning to handle your power. And if you are a typical Scorpio, in fact, even if you're not a typical Scorpio, believe me, you were born with deep wells of power that the rest of us mere mortals can only dream about. But on the other side of that, you were also born with much more sensitivity. So everything hits you at 100 miles an hour. If somebody criticizes you, it might sort of be water off a duck's back for anyone else, but you're like, I am fatally and mortally wounded, and it takes you a long time to recover. Whatever your unconscious has learned to protect yourself, this week you've got to step, or you don't have to, but you have the choice to step into a new way of expressing your power, which will blow your mind at the great results that it can achieve. But it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of self-honesty. We have a mutable grand cross, and we also have the sun squaring Neptune. Neptune is saying, higher your vibration and understand that you deserve pleasure and you deserve love. Some of the Scorpios that I've met in the past have this unconscious feeling that they are unlovable, and this is kind of almost the fundamental with a Scorpio. There's something there, you know, and the most powerful way to deal with that is to really look after yourself and love yourself and talk to yourself as if you are your own best friend. If your own best friend was going to wreak havoc in their life, what would you suggest they do? Because you are a very wise soul. Listen to your inner best friend, and again, great results should happen this week. Now, the new moon is all about power. And that the new moon is about you stepping into your power in a new way. And you can do it, because new moons are about letting go of things and stepping into the new. Even if you are the most coolest, most well-balanced Scorpio in the world, there is a whole nother level that you can travel to this week. And the following week, it kind of works, it really works in your favor if you've kind of done all the self-care steps beforehand. Okay, it's opposing Saturn. There may be some issues you feel around financial security. You may feel that you can't really be powerful in the world until you sort out this financial issue, whatever it is. But again, really look at that to see if it's an illusion or if it's reality. Following week, lovely, we have the Sun and Venus conjunct, hurrah, in your position of power, sexuality, life, death, rebirth, money, inheritance, but avoid obsession. And Mercury also goes into that place. So Mercury is allowing people to tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. you're talking to people on a very intense level and you have no time for superficiality. Mind you, whenever you ever. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. If you like this, please come to my website where there's thousands of articles from psychic to soulmate and lots of free tarot readings, www.micheleknight.com. And for all the written astrology of this month, week, or even day, go to horoscope.co.uk.